So we're back, and the engine is in the patch, which is good. It's got oil pressure, it sounds great. One problem that we do have is it doesn't want to start. So whoever did the wiring, it's not terrible wiring, it's actually, I'd say, probably one of the better wiring from whoever the heck did it. Wasn't really labelled. So when Nick ripped the motor out, some of the things, I mean, he labelled the injector plugs, didn't label the, it's got LS coils, didn't label them. So bit of a process, work that out. Can't quite get top dead center on the thing. The Haltech's doing things, possibly. I don't know, gotta work that out. The stager, oh my gosh. See that there? Started first go. Apart from having some, we had some engine things happen with rain and stuff like that in the engine. Excuse me. The stager should have been a fairly straightforward thing, like RB things, shouldn't be a problem. However, customer supplied me some RB26 injectors with rail. Because of the forward-facing plenum, you can actually run both an RB25 rail and an RB26 rail. So he got me that. He was meant to get me new stuff, came back with second-hand stuff, and I was like, I don't really want to be using second-hand injectors, particularly for nowadays, the price and availability of new injectors. It's one of those, why would you? So anyway, I went to Benny in the morning, bright and early, dropped it off. He was like, I don't know if it's going to work with these injectors. I'm going to have a try, see if the link will be able to work with it. No. So now it's back. The stinking wastegate flap is still getting stuck. Something's going on with the turbs there, so I have to look at that as well. So it's in, and that doesn't want to work. We need to make kind of space for this because we've got to get big YouTube guys patrol done, and then we've got to move the Subi back onto here for Petey. We're modifying some steering things on the Subi. In case you're wondering, I haven't told anyone what really engine's in the Subi, but we did an engine conversion many years ago. It was finished, but then there was a couple little gremlins, and because there's been just so busy with all the other things, all the Falcon stuff, all that, it kind of never got finished. So we actually started doing the engine swap in like 2017. That is how long. And well, actually probably end of 2017. Pulled the engine out, pulled the EG out, no more Subi motor in there. And it was in, it got tuned, developed some vacuum leaks, pulled some plenums off, got some things remachined, and decided I wasn't happy with the angle of the motor. Like, it's a cool swap, but it just didn't look right, and I hated it. And then just more recently, in the last few months, I discovered some other Subarus have a couple different K-frames and some extra bits. So we went and got those. We've now put them in, and yes, so we'll be hopefully glad to share that with you very soon. For that, for now, we're going to continue on with the crap that I have with these cars. That basically the three white wagons have been haunting me, and that's really the story. It's just the three white wagons. I don't think I'll ever buy a white wagon ever again, and I want these three white wagons out of my life. Just please go. Be done and go, be done and go, and get out. Oh, so the pain completely continues. So we had Alan come in this afternoon for the patch, tried to find out the, trying to get a base timing down. We were super close. And then it threw something that we never thought would happen. The starter motor died, and it's been apart before, so someone's clearly done stuff with it. I don't know, it seems to work on the bench, but it doesn't want to work in there. Something going on with the plunger, it just doesn't want to throw it out, and it spins, but doesn't spin the engine or turn the engine. So that is for later on. Big YouTube guy has, we've got a block or bottom end, getting ready. So we're going to swap basically his head, valve springs, all the other gear off the side and throw it onto that. That's what we're doing. So that's going to happen. And if anyone needs a barra bottom end, we've got one. Cheap, $100. If you're watching this and I still have it, yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. We just don't need it. It was a BA barra gas one. The head comes with it. I don't know where the cam caps are. It was a parts engine, so we just stole whatever we wanted off it. It's more or less you're buying yourself a good block. Yeah, anyway, that's that. So we're gonna just see where this all takes us, but at this point in time I've got a territory over there that I need to put the interior back in because I just had to put a shifter cable in, and it's damn hot today. It's one of the hottest days in the Goldie. Yeah, it's been a busy one. All right, so we've finally got some good news. So starter motor is in the padge. Ours coming in the morning, so that's going to happen. Engine actually engine turns again, which is good. Another gangster thing is Nick's actually back, so I'm not alone, and Kirsty's also back in the office, which just helped because I was doing whatever. I just was doing everything. Turns out it's quite difficult, and a bit bright out here. Actually, I'm going to get some sun. Alright, I've got some sunnies. So the stage, I've got the injectors in, which is good. All went in. The wastegate flap, I've done a little custom mod because, look, realistically the only way to fix that problem is to go external gate or replace the turb ski. So got some 8 something cc's, I don't even know, just something he didn't want to spend too much more because he's already bought a few things. And then look, it definitely looks a bit ghetto, but that to stop it from falling down. So what happens was that, you know, the wastegate flap was dropping down. As it would open, all good, but as it would just shut, it was hitting, so it would stay open. And because the car's got a split dump pipe, it was well, that's how you knew, because it just had a chronic exhaust leak. So that's that. So that is hopefully going to Benny's tomorrow. Call on a tow truck, pick it up. Also something I did last night, guess the bumper. Look at this puppy. So kind of, you know, thinking, Dave, your bumper's not painted. Well, the car's going to be getting painted, and we're going down to Halfway Hangs to check it out, and we're going to not ruin the event, because I know a lot of people will just get upset about the Falcon, but a lot of people are loving the Falcons, which is awesome. So good on you for waking up in the scene, understanding that the drift scene needs all types of cars drifting. I understand there's a lot of bunky looking AUs. You know what, 10 years ago there was a ton of bunky looking S13s and S14s, so get over it. Guess the bumper. Also ABSs, they're for sale, and the reason I'm selling them is I've got a habit of destroying rear wheels, just wheels in general. So please save these wheels, because I don't want to wreck them, because I'm going to feel bad. Also check out these 34 GDR wheels. Look, it's a new week and I'm feeling a bit better, so we're just going to see what happens. But the Sora's also going to Halfway Hangs. That's going to happen, so we've got to get out ready. Got a couple of jobs, been a busy one, and I'm just going to keep you guys updated. So we're back for another day, and it's come with its extra things, so don't know who it would be. Really have no idea. People of like you, they've pinched the wheels off Nick's tow rig. The poor rig, looking a bit sad. Clearly some stolen trailer wheels or something else. Probably the blokes up the road. And obviously it's someone that we know, because they knew what wheel nuts hold the wheels on, and they knew what wheel nuts hold the spacers on. We managed to smash the window as well, which I guess is not hard, but oh, how good. Back to another day. You know, any information, and some Mustang wheels with Max Trex on the back, right hands tyres on the front, with camber wear with the tyres flipped. They're probably our wheels, so let us know and get a reward. Continuation, actually. That being annoying, the rig finally runs. So Al came in, turns out I had the coils. In Alan's exact words, you couldn't get them any more wrong than what I had them. So brilliant. So obviously that little method I did to try and work out which one was which didn't work, so I'm never using that one again. But the thing runs. Funny enough, it still has, well, has an exhaust leak from somewhere else because we modified the manifold to for the different flange. I think the dump pipe's a little bit off, so I might have to do some tinkering there. But she runs. It's still got a water leak because, I don't know, 30-plus-year-old things. So I've got to do some flat sanding to sort that out. But that'll be that, and she should be gone. So one white wagon is out. Oh, the stage as well. That should be going to the tuners. So, oh man, making moves. Let's go. And then the Subi actually is not far up from going tune as well. So, believe it or not, there's actually some sort of work getting done around here. All is completed. Let's go. All right. So now that's done, car's looking mint again. I got it sorted. No problem. Got some new wheels. Got some new tyres. Got a new window. Making no problem, mate. Getting it done. At least you know people want to, you know, if people are trying to stay relevant by doing things like that to us. Also, U-Haul, whoever pinched your tyres, they are on the sidewalk. Obviously a spare trailer tyre because it's still got the rod hanging out of it. So yeah, that's that. So that's sorted. I mean, it's kind of funny because they were like $600 wheels. So I don't know, clearly some people are doing it tough. Anyway, the good thing is Nick didn't have to clean them and didn't have to clean the window either because we got another window, got some fresh wheels, less K's on them. Anyway, problem solved, no problem. And all right guys, Pajero is running, really awesome. Except content Pajero here, big content car. You wouldn't believe it. So we got the new flange welded up. That's all great and well, but just underneath the turbo flange, it goes up into the turbo and then the wastegate, it's welded so terribly that it's actually leaking. So instead of Timmy picking up the car, I'm gonna pull it off and weld that up. I'm just gonna go over all of it because it looks atrocious, so hitting it with the MIG is not gonna matter too much. Oh, dead set. This car, just white wagons on a leaf here. Oh, what a shot! Hey man, how's your barrel patrol going there, mate?
Oh man, I love Nissan.
I think it's, look, everyone knows the white wagons. You should buy this white wagon, very good. Once it leaves here,
Honestly, this thing's gonna be fucking immaculate when it leaves here. The issue is
true.
Making it move and actually being able to leave here.
So funny, obviously, you guys do know, if you know, it did run, bottom end fell out the front of the shop there, but it didn't even have reverse, and Jesse got the car with the gearbox. And they bought the motor off a bloke and we put all the stuff on and we whacked it in. And yes, so it turns out the completely unknown condition gearbox did a better job than the engine. Wasn't great, but still better. But
I
yes,
mean, to be fair, we did flood the fucking engine with water for,
I mean, it did sit for a few months.
6 months or whatever it was.
3 months of constant rain last year. But it's fine. Because we love cars.
I love cars so much and I'm about to put this through the windscreen for fun.
You know what, can you just put it through my eyeballs for fun?
I really thought you were about to say, can you please put through a windscreen before I know it?
I mean, it does need to be changed, but I tell you what, if we smashed it, I can tell you now, I can see it already, we're going along, like, this is sick, it runs good.
It's cleaned up
I
enough
wish
for us
some,
today, mate.
oh yeah. Yeah, we'd be literally going down the road and be like, oh, I wish some idiot didn't smash the window.
I know it's smashed the window.
Content wagons over here. Anyway, we're gonna do that. I'll show you guys with the manifold. I love cars. Alrighty, mind my mop. So I've welded one side up. So what I think is happening, because I did inspect this. I couldn't really see any cracks, but I'm guessing when we were trying to start it, because the timing was off and we had to get the base reset, it backfired a few times. I'm guessing maybe the angle there and it just stretched it open, but that's pretty nasty crack. I've obviously welded up, you know, up along there. It's a bit warm all the way around, and it's leaking along here too. It's getting the MIG treatment because look, it's getting done. So, I mean, it looks like it has been MIG'd anyway. Well, I'm going to MIG it up. I want this car out of this building. I've had enough, so I just want it gone. Obviously, Peter put this flange on. Very good, very nice. Sounds a whole lot better. These motors are probably one of the more rattly type of engines, but when I say rattly, vibrating is probably. Oos. This blue block looks kind of racing. Fully hectic dash. Big spoolie boy. Apparently it was tuned for about 22 PSI. I don't know, quite a lot of boost for something not big. Yes. Very laggy. The dose is pretty hot. The pops are a bit, I don't know why, but pretty sick actually. Yeah, I tell you what, you definitely, you ain't gonna be sad. Like if you take this for a run and just go and rip against someone, pretty funny because you just don't expect it. The look at this thing is just not what you'd expect. It's dead funny. Alright, so give a couple spools. What a rig, bud. This is not a big car. Those who don't know, I actually had a few Pajeros over my time, and there's water on it. It's a bit strange, but anyway. There's a bit of water coming out. Interesting. I don't know why. Okay, so I've located the water leak. So it's come out of the, right here. Come out of that. I'm guessing maybe just not quite up to temp. I did run up for a little while, but maybe just not enough. Maybe the cap, it's 1.3 bar. I don't know, maybe it's getting a little bit of, I don't know. It's strange. Anyway, it's not getting hot. Water pump's all sealed up. It actually, when it came in, up the back here, there was it's got a paper gasket, but the manifold was so warped that no matter with that gasket, with ultra grey on the, you know, to seal it up, didn't want to seal. It was actually the first issues he had was the exhaust leak and that water leak. And his white engine came out, and then we ran into all those problems. The timing, balance shafts and the chain for that was all out of whack, and the manifold falling off. Beautiful. Oh, and the wrong flange. So a little bit more than what it was anticipated, because he literally drove this car for one day, and he just bought it, drove for one day, literally came here the next morning, and it was water leak and that stuff, and I repaired that, but it still kept coming back straight away. So seems to be good now. One thing I do know actually is I got rid of the water lines that run from the back, ran to the turb ski. It's possible that that was maybe as well too hot for the gasket, maybe even what was causing the manifold to warp with the heat coming off the turb. So just run the turbo with no water. That's normally what we do anyway. So just let it cool down after a bit of a fang for a bit longer and you'll be sweet. So that's that. That's it for the Padge. Finally, it's done. He can finally take it and hopefully have some news on the Studge. And that can be gone too, because I've had enough. And then the Barra Patrol is, well, coming along as well. Thank the Lord for that. So, all right, on to the next bit. So the Padge is gone. And Stager is going down to Benny shortly, so that's great. I've got this Navi in. Now this is, I just love cars. So I've got two things going on. So this one's had a DPF issue for a little while. We've done some cleans, we've done new sensors. This one's a Spain-built Navara. Familiar with, I think it was Thai-built and Spain-built. Anyway, I had to find a sensor for like the CO2 sensor, but this one has a 4-pin one, which only the Spain ones had. Now Nissan couldn't even get me a new sensor. It wasn't even listed for this car. I actually had to go onto a Spain website, find the picture of what I needed, then find the Nissan part number, and then call Nissan and be like, this is the one. And they're like, that's not the one for the car, mate. It's the one for the car. Because it's exactly what I needed. Same plug, same wires, same everything. That's in now. It seemed all right. I was like, sweet, we finally nailed this car. Let's go. And then it didn't do too many kilometers, and I think it's time for this DPF. So this car's done about 200,000 Ks, and I think it's time. The DPF just needs to go. So I'm just waiting for a call back to find out if some guys can do a tune on it in the next day. And get this out of here. This is obviously the turbo diesel, twin turbo, D23 Navara things. And also the other thing is the aircon turns on and off. I'm not no aircon specialist, but we're going to attack the possible exhaust blockage issue first and then move to the aircon. Hopefully that's sorted. We've even checked some fuses. So fuse box, I do know that you can have some engine check lights with some fuses blown. I've had it happen on European cars, so I like cars so much. So that's what this is here for. Great. What do you know? We are on the way, hopefully for the last time to Benny's in this car for this tune, for this to be done. I'm hoping, fingers crossed. It's not letting me rev over, it's not even getting a 3 grand, so hopefully we can jump on the high, putt along. We got Alan to just chuck in a little base map to idle and rev a little bit, just to get it there. It's not as good as the one before, but no, well, we're going. Fingers crossed. You work, you bloody. Alright, so it has been a couple of days. The stud is back. It is tuned. I also washed it because the guy's mate who brought it in, I know you're watching the video, dropped it off so dirty, and it's been here for quite a while, and it's been filthy and it's been annoying me. So I finally washed it. Put it a guess down. What do you reckon it made? Honestly, it wasn't great power. It is auto. There's a couple little things like the wastegate that's just junk. It really needs to go external. So if you guys are thinking, you know, running the internal, the split dump pipe thing, I personally don't like it. I've run it before. External wastegate is the way to go. So the Stager there, it goes all right actually. Like, it's not great numbers. Like, it's nowhere near 300. So it's only a stock turbo. It's on about 11 pound of boost. So she's ain't no crazy speed demon. However, it is a whole lot faster than what it was. So that's that. So that car's basically done. We've got a couple little, just got to put a boost gauge in because you would like a boost gauge. So that's going in. Now, back in the shop, halfway hang prep. Got Tim Sora, finally, well, the wheel, one thing, the long champs. Had to put a tube in the dog. This is being a bit annoying. However, it's a back tyre, and I can't get this size tyre. So he imported this tyre from Japan, 2 of them from Japan. 195. No. Yes. Yes, 195.55. 14. Super hard size actually to get around here. I even went to a Japanese tire importer place and he's like, no man, what are you doing? Anyway, so the long champers, we'll need to go into this. He's got, and see if you guys recognise these, but these gangster Recaros, they're not actually from Toyota, so see what you reckon they're out of, but they are out of an Australian delivered vehicle. Obviously, that's an 80s car, so that gives you a hint. So that's that. So we're fitting that up and see how that goes. So halfway hang. So I'll show you a little bit of that and a couple other things. Oh yeah, along with the long champs fit styles, we had to do these puppies. 16 by 10 neg 44s. Customer wanted some stretchy boys, so we fitted some stretchy boys. Thought I'd just share them, it's pretty funny. Neg 44s, they're gonna sit well at the guards. Ignore the Tweety birds. That's it for this week. Stage is back on the bloody hoist. It doesn't really actually need anything. I just need to put the bloody boost gauge into it. And we sorted out our fuel sensor problem. A thing in the tank happened and thing. So that's sorted. So hopefully you will not see any more of this. Troll is on the hoist. And John is over there. We'll see you next week. Enjoy. We've got a good one coming for you.